What's up, everybody? How you doing? Tonight I'm going to talk about this book right there, The Hobbit. And The Hobbit is a book written by J.R.R. Tolkien in 1937, and it is one of the most influential books of English literature. Books as, for example, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and others inspired themselves in this classic right there, because this book right there, it was one of the first, maybe it is the first book to bring us this kind of literature, this mystical and magic medieval literature. So it is a mark, you know. But this book right there tell us a story about a hobbit. And what is a hobbit? A hobbit is a kind of human, but they are smaller than a dwarf, and they had some different characteristics as their ears, who looked like elves' ears, or their food, because they are bigger and some nasty food. Well, this story tells us about a hobbit who lived in a special place. This book right there in the main title and in the first period of the book show us what this story is going to show us, and what is a hobbit. This main title of the book is The Hobbit, or There and Back Again. It shows us that this story is an adventure, and this main title shows us the end of the story, because it's gone. This main title shows us that the Hobbit will go to one adventure, but he in the end of the book, he is going back to his home, to his place. And the first period of this book shows us what is a hobbit and what a hobbit likes to do. Listen, in the first period, it tells us that in a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit, not a nasty, dirty, wet hole filled with the ends of worms and an ozzy smell. Not yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that means comfort. This first period right there shows us that a hobbit loves to live a normal life, an ordinary life, a regular life in his place, in his home, in a good place. He lived in a hole in the ground, but it wasn't a nasty hole. No, it was a organized hole. It was a good place to live, with food, with comfort, with good things to do, with good books to read. You know, it is a guy. The Hobbit is a guy who loves to live a comfort life. Well, this book tells us a story about Bilbo Baggins, which is a hobbit. And once Bilbo was called by a wizard called Gandalf to be part of a group which was trying to reconquer the Lonely Mountain. And this Lonely Mountain were the kingdom of the dwarfs. But a long time ago, dragon called Smog came to the kingdom, destroyed the kingdom, and break everything down, and made the dwarves run away from their home. And now the dwarves are trying to reconquer the mountain, the Lonely Mountain. And you can see clearly, as I said, that this story is a simple story. You can see clearly a goal, and you can see in the main title that they do it. But this story right there, is more than an adventure story. You can see clearly how the characters develop themselves. You can see clearly how they improve themselves. You can see how everything works for them. Be a better. I would like to say person, but they are not humans. But you understand when I say this. You can see clearly how they became a better persons, and that is what is magical about Tolkien's literature. He doesn't he tell us, he show us stories that are more than simple things. You can see clearly how the characters develop themselves, how they improve, and that is what is magical about this writer right there about Tolkien. You can see how Bilbo became more courageous. How he became a better person in the end of this journey. He was a guy who had a lot of problems, who were afraid to do a lot of things, but in the end of the story, he faced the dragons, and he became a better person. A courageous, a guy who deserves the respect. And he in the end of the story, he is a brave a thief, a bold guy, and that is what the story tells us. But this story, it isn't just about the mystical and magical medieval universe, or how the characters develop themselves, or just a simple adventure. No, this story is more than that. You know, uh, for example, how he describes the situations, how he describes um, the whole world. The characters, all the adventure. That is great. That is something amazing. For example, there is a part in the story telling that the group of the dwarfs, Gandalf and Bilbo, were passing through, were going through a dark forest, and this forest, they can see nothing. But how Tolkien described the whole situation, the the story tells us that it's a darker place in the world. There is no kind of light, but how Tolkien described the situation is amazing. And other part, for example, when Bilbo is facing the smog, the dragon, it's amazing because you can feel the danger in that place. You can feel how Bilbo was afraid, but how he tries to face that dragon, and that's great. How Tolkien described the situation, how he show us, how he make us feel in that place. You can feel yourself and inside the book, living that adventure, and that is how Tolkien is great. And that's all I have to say about this book, about this storytelling, because I believe that you need to enjoy your own personal experience. You need to take some time and just read this book, because it is going to be an amazing experience. If you never had this opportunity, please do it. Um, so that's all. I love this book. Seriously, it was uh, the first time that I read this book. I was 11 years old, and since then, I don't know how many times I read this book, because every single time that you face this book and you read this book, you're going to have a new experience. You have you're going to see uh, some different things that you didn't recognize when you read in the previous time. And that's great. That is what makes this book right there, uh, this amazing experience be so wonderful, be so great, you know. So guys, that's all. I try to did this kind of video because I saw that a friend did a TikTok and I like it, the idea, and I would like to do something different and show. It's a kind of a podcast, I don't know, but I hope that you all enjoy this video, and that's all. Please read this book right there.